Hey everyone. Because of how the final map is going to work, there's going to be a lot of rigging that needs to be done with it. Not a whole lot, but a couple important rigs here and there for movement stars and hits with certain weapons. So instead, we're going to do something a little different. Me and Danny are going to commentate in post a clear over the map. That way, you guys don't have to sit here and watch me figure out the puzzle pieces to this final map, since this is less of a reacting to what's happening and more of a kind of a puzzle that we have to slot the correct pieces in for. So I hope you all enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final chapter. Look at all these cool units we get to deploy, right?
Yeah, all six of them. These
Oh,
are my six favorite people in the entire universe.
yeah, I mean, we just need one person for each to stand on all of the points. That's all we need, right?
I do think, like, for a while there, the low deployment was kind of just like an annoyance rather than a challenge, I guess I would say. Like there was like, oh damn, like we can't do all the funny stuff we want to do.
But now
But
it's like, oh shoot, now what?
now it's actually like, oh, we might not actually be able to win because of it. I mean, obviously, recording in post, we know we might be able to win. In fact, we know we might we won. I won, gamers.
The first rigging, I really needed a movement star on Sarah because 16 HP, despite having 20 magic, she still just dies to all the dark mages. And I really want Bovis to be Berserk turn 1, so that way he can just bonk all the guys in his room.
One of the things that I love about this is that it sort of highlights just how much stabs are the best weapon type in Thracia. Because almost everyone we deployed is just a staffer. I think Leaf and Galzus are the only two that can't staff, right?
They're the only two.
Okay, so, Hasbel isn't just a staffer. He is a combat unit, but
You can use staffs though.
also Blizzard is a staff. I don't care what you say. It's sleep.
Yeah, we did 0 damage just so Kenneth can't use Berserk on us turn 1.
God, can you imagine how awful it would be if we got berserked because there's no restore staff? Safi being on the final map is so epic, by the way.
Yeah, we were going to bring Homer initially for another big combat sage, but I realized I wanted another A-rank staffer for final, so 20 magic Safi gets to be brought to final.
Simpsons fans in shambles. This truly is the bad Simpsons seasons.
And hey, she gets to be level 20, yippee!
And she got strength, so she can use the Radiant Dawn staff bonking more effectively.
She can hit people with the warp staff now.
Bonk, bonk.
Poor Leaf is
Wait,
kind of
actually-
just stuck in purgatory, waiting for something to happen.
Okay, I want to check something. Because you mentioned the warp staff. There's no warp staff in Radiant Dawn, but the rewarp staff.
Oh, true.
1 might, 30% crit rate.
That's
it's a killer
awesome.
weapon.
Also, Gauss is just being
One
himself
might kill
during
a
a Master
weapon.
X. Oh, the silliest part about Berserk is, I don't remember if I've mentioned it, but it makes the red units treat the Berserked red unit as a blue unit.
And
So-
yet all these silly little red units, they think they can defeat Ovis.
So all the red units will just kind of throw themselves at the Berserk units. And here we get to watch Leaf dodge Fenrir over and over and over again until I get his room ready. So Leaf is just going to kind of stand here and chomp on some Light Brand.
So we rigged that, right? We rigged that she would die there.
That was an accident that I didn't feel like going all the way to the start for.
I mean, this is mostly a demonstration of
Is it possible?
Yeah.
So I think the aggressive save stating and rewinding is just kind of expected.
I could have put... Like, I'm sure there was some staff I could have taken off Safi to give her a scroll instead, but I just didn't think about it.
No, she needs all of them. That way she can be like the Penta-Axe general, but like for stabs instead. The
Pentastaffy.
Pentastaff general.
So all the same things are going to happen. Something I didn't really
Don't you know that
notice.
Albert Einstein quote?
Oh yeah.
It's from Far Cry 3. Albert Einstein, the villain of Far Cry 3, once said, "Do you know what the definition of insanity is?"
Playing Maniac mode.
Oh wait, she got crit previously.
Yeah, she got crit
I thought
last
she just got
time.
one shot. I just thought she got one shot. I was confused. I was like, wait, Jacob, she dies again. No, she
She's
does not die
fine.
again.
Also, look at this. She has capped magic. She should have capped res, but 40 attack. Ow.
Yeah, the enemies on this map don't fuck around, do they?
It's because it's a bunch of siege tomes standing on +10 magic tiles. Also,
Oh
Duel of the
hey,
Ages.
wait, why is Avel a sniper?
Huh. Makes you think, huh?
Damn. Kaga
Oh,
invented second ceiling first. Get fucked! Get fucked!
Did-do.
Movement stars! Oh my goodness.
Time to put
So
all
that Bovis is Galzus, by the way. Oh hey, he also movement starred.
Yeah, did-do.
Anyway. This is why snipers are bad in general.
Whee! Draco has Wrath, by the way, so whenever I was testing this, trying to first get it clear, I kept throwing Master Axes at Draco and wondering why I kept getting crit. And then I finally put a scroll on him and realized, wait, he's getting crit through a scroll, someone has Wrath. Zoop, 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 zoop. I probably should have given this to Asbel, like, 15 maps ago, but I kept forgetting about it.
No, it's okay. Wait, what are we doing now? You healing?
Yeah, kind of need to top everyone off. And I want to show off the cool Fortify animation for map animations.
It is really neat. I like it. You showed this off to me as well.
Wow.
It is kind of like, hey there, flashing lights moment, but, you know, it happens.
I like it way more than the FE4 one, which is kind of like, which is just, I'm standing in the sun right now, receive HP.
I think my favorite Fortify map animation is, I think it's a GBA one? No, it's not GBA. It's like a bunch of circles all pop up, like whomp, whomp, whomp.
Oh,
whomp,
I
whomp.
know FE1 and 2 have something similar to that, but I think you might be thinking of the GBA one where it's like all the different healing circles all over the place. It's like, look, I'm throwing healing everywhere.
But it's on the map.
Oh, yeah, yeah, the GBA map animation kind of does that too.
Oh, I didn't think GBA did map animations for... Because it doesn't for combat.
So
I don't know. I so rarely turn the animations off in GBA unless it's like a hack that has the quality of life to let you turn off just healing animations.
Yeah, I get that. Also, we berserked the guy in Moose's room, so I'm sure you can imagine how that's gonna go.
Very well for him, I'm sure.
So,
Ow.
I don't think you mentioned this, but Berserk units move last, right?
I'm very certain they do. I actually never thought about that.
Because they do for blue units. So
That is true. Well, he doesn't get to
wow.
move.
He sure did move last.
So that has become my new favorite thing to do with FE5 Berserk, is you don't Berserk someone to make them fight for you, you Berserk them so they just get ganged up on by all the other red units around them.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like you might have heard of this small little indie game. Flew under a lot of people's radar. Among Us.
There's a Berserk unit among us.
Where you say, like, hey, that Dark Mage is looking kind of sus. The Dark Mage got ejected.
I was busy Fenriring in the magic room. Bovis can vouch for me.
I saw him movement star. Movement stars are like venting. I saw him movement star in what's an Among Us room? In the engine room.
I haven't played that game in ages.
I played it like 6 months ago. Does that count as ages?
Yeah, that works. Also, I tried to get a blizzard hit here on this guy. I'm not.
He's allergic to snow.
I don't know 100% how rigging in FE5 works. I know that like opening and closing
You got a
certain
menu a
menus.
Yeah.
So eventually I was like, wait a sec, maybe I'm rigging wrong. Maybe you have to like open a unit menu, and that's how you get it.
Yeah, I think you have to like scroll through the inventory and stuff. Don't take my word for it. Someone will probably know.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will mention like, oh, this is how you do it. This is why it worked this time.
But I do know that just waiting doesn't do anything. And arrow dancing doesn't do anything because there's no arrows to dance.
Yeah.
I learned arrow dancing not doing something. So actually, no. I was gonna tell the story about my Olwen rigging failures, but I learned after the fact. So previously, I thought my Olwen rigging failures, I was trying to rig Olwen to like kill with a Dire Thunder. That's an 83%, and I thought my rigging failures were because I didn't know how to rig. Turns out that's not actually true. The reason I couldn't successfully rig with her was very simple. It was the boss of the defend map who has a super miracle, and it was before he expired his super miracle.
The plausible deniability that it was just going to miss over and over again, and you just couldn't know that.
Well, I remember I was getting like so mad. I was like,
just hit the guy.
It's an 83% and you keep missing both of them. You just need to hit one. Owen, please. Because I was trying to capture him. And
just kept saying no.
He kept saying no, and I was just like, I'm gonna throw my laptop out the window. And then I did that, and it hit a passerby on the head, so that's why I'm in jail now. But my cellmate told me, Thracia rigging is different than you thought, and I was like, oh shit.
I forgot to equip an actual 2-range sword on Leaf. I equipped the Kingmaker thinking I clicked Fire Sword. Which, sounds like a cool idea.
The King Fire.
I think I changed my mind. I wanted to... Yeah, because I had slept someone, but I changed my mind and I wanted to Berserk Tigress instead. I think I slept Tigress
so they're
last
gonna beat him
time.
up now? Tigress looking kind of sus.
Also, full level up, yippee! I'm really happy we stole that extra Berserk staff in Chapter 24. I stole it kind of as a joke because I bothered to repair Thief, but I am very happy that...
Well, and what's extra funny is I recommended you repair Thief also as a joke, like...
And then it was just kind of like, oh, why not?
You just chained shitposts and accidentally found the solution to the final map.
Yeah, whoops-a-daisies, 3 more chances to make enemies angry at each other. Yes, please.
Although I still maintain that the better joke would have been repairing, like, a poleaxe in Hicks's inventory or something.
It would have been
Who cares if we got soft locked?
funny.
Who cares if we got soft lock? Hicks is worth it. Hashtag do it for Hicks.
I also like the 1 heal staff in Asbel's inventory that I'm not going to use throughout this entire chapter, I think.
You mean he's not going to staff bonk the Berserker reinforcements when they show up?
Oh, he has to fight Berserker reinforcements. There's a different problem with those guys. So, remember all that? I decided to go back to equip the Fire Sword on Leaf, so he can actually, like, fight these guys at 2 range now.
Is he gonna miss? Is he gonna miss?
I mean, he might as well.
Oh, wait, why the fuck do these guys have 15 res?
Because I forgot they're
magic,
standing on...
I guess?
I forgot it's because they're standing on +10 magic tiles. Oh. So it's a good thing I went back in time to redo that rigging so that way I could do 14 damage.
At the very least, like, it changed Tigris. The Tigris situation.
Plus, look how... Like, they actually did damage to Tigress.
Not only that, but then they're dying.
Yeah,
Like,
they're also just not
this
being
is-
alive anymore.
a little bit epic. That armor really wanted to live. Oh wait, so because Tigris is berserked, he's gonna attack the sleeping dark mage, isn't he?
Yep. Look at Asbel go. He's finally fighting Master Lances, like those 2 bosses that we kept having to deal with back earlier in the run.
Which 2 bosses? I don't remember.
It's like the chapter 16A and the chapter 18 boss or something. They both have Master Lances, and we're like, wow, how are we supposed to kill these guys? They one-round Asbel.
The 16 through 18 arc is best forgotten.
Yeah.
We did unspeakable things, such as crimes against Yaoi.
Whoosh. So, oh yeah, Gauss is poison, so he's just gonna sit there and be poisoned for the next couple turns.
So now what's the plan?
I believe the plan now. Oh, when do I do?
Oh,
when
I
do
know.
do the silliest
Rewarp.
thing?
Rewarp Sarah into the room with Bovis.
I know there's a moment whenever I do something incredibly silly that I'm happy about, but I cannot remember whenever I do it. I think I just sleep in a... Oh, I think I, Who did I sleep?
Me.
I think I slept this guy. I should have just
Good night.
slept... I should have just slept Tigress, because Tigress has done their job.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is that you can put them to sleep, and then you can put them to sleep forever.
Very true. Something I never remember or think about is that sleep sets all your stats to 0. So it makes beating up the sleeping enemies really easy.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I feel like that's pretty realistic. I think people are a lot easier to beat up when they're asleep than when they're awake.
That is very
I don't have a lot of
true.
experience beating up people. So, like, you know, beating up people experts, correct us in the comments. But
Oh,
I would
yeah.
argue, from a theoretical standpoint, it'd be a lot easier to beat up someone who's asleep.
So I think I just wanted everyone in that room to be sleepy. As for Safi... I don't know why I'm checking the numbers to see if Safi survives a round of combat from Tigress Master Axe. What's even better is I decided to leave her in range. I did this clear a couple days ago, so I'm not 100% fully remembering what I did throughout it, so it's really silly seeing the plays I did and trying to remember why I made some of them. And here we're just going to let Leaf ball. We're just going to kind of let him use his cool new sword he just got.
The Kingmaker. Oh no, it's the Bragi Blade.
Woo, Bragi sword. It is armor effective, so that's kind of neat.
Wait, I think you made a mistake. You equipped him with a weapon that isn't 1-2 range. Why would you do that?
Now I can't counter. Look at this.
Yeah,
60
he actually
attack.
can't even counter this guy either because it's not 1-2 range.
Whoosh.
It's not 1 or 2 range, it's actually 0 range.
0 range weapon. He needs sword range +1 to use it.
Sword range +1 gaming.
Moose with the Lopto Fang.
Wait, Jacob, you don't have oh, never mind. I was gonna make a joke about you not having Galsus here, but then Leaf failed to kill anyway.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Got
shit!
crit again. I'll be real, I don't know what the play here is.
I just got jump scared by Safi dying. So, normally, I'm a big fan of, like, it's the final map, who fucking cares if your unit dies moments. However, in this particular instance, we need all 6 people to stand on the 6 switches simultaneously.
So I kind of
So
need
anyone
6 people
dying
alive.
is like actually a game over, essentially.
So this time we're not gonna make a really bad decision again.
I'm so glad we got a moving star off of that.
Yeah, that's really important. So, hey, we get to watch Leaf beat up these guys again.
Do you mind if we pause real quick? I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure. And we back.
Sorry about that. I had to use the restroom.
It's alright. Now we just get to watch Leaf do cool stuff. Don't worry, he's not at fear of death because the Bragi sword gives Miracle while it's equipped. So he will simply dodge.
Wait, he's a Midori archetype? Good because Miracle?
He's a... I'm trying to remember an annoying enemy that has Miracle in this game. Twang.
The wyverns in the last outdoor map, was that 23?
Oh, yeah. Oh, what about Amalda's Troubadours, if you go beer out?
That's the real reason not to go B route. Everyone says,
that.
like, oh, B route map's bad. No, it's Amalda's Troubadours moment.
So, Asbel's gonna put those con levels to use. And now,
Wait,
I think I wanted a movement star here, which sucks.
did he need
because
Khan to do that capture?
I actually don't remember how much con Canis had here. The Deadlord stats are set, right?
I assume so? The amount of hesitation I had just there should tell you, like, basically everything you need to know about Deadlord stats.
I decided to do something because I thought it'd be really silly. Also, all of these berserkers have hammers.
Hammer!
Because screw Dowson and Xavier in particular. It looks like Canis has 7 Constitution, and I do not remember how much build our Asbel had at this point. But that's definitely higher than base build on Asbel.
I remember we kept, like, low-key juggling Asvel and Leaf's Constitution, I think.
Yeah, we were constantly going like, oh no, one of them's getting con. We need to make sure the other one can still, like, rescue or potentially pick up the other one. This was me about to make a bad decision.
What was with our Leaf this run? Fucking Constitution level ups plus...
He had 3 movement levels?
Yeah, movement levels. Like, the two... These are not real growth rates.
But I'm
ended
gonna
up
get
being
him
real growth
anyways.
rates.
Our Leaf is still shockingly low level, and then I remembered that we've warped the past 4 maps, so he kind of hasn't gotten the EXP.
That's the problem with, like, the warp skip art being the end game, and Leaf's promotion being so late, is they kind of build upon each other, right?
Yeah.
They're both kind of problems.
Also, now that he successfully killed all the things in his room, I want Bovis
To take a nap.
to be dead, to be sleepy. Unfortunately, I still didn't know how rigging worked, so I just kind of...
Bovis right now is doing the impression of fucked up and evil Bizarro World Canas. He's blizzard proof.
I will not be hit by the blizzard.
Okay, Goofy.
Oh, I remember that. Did I?
Or is it Donald or Goofy?
I think it was
He's like,
Donald
we're
in
safe
that
from
one
the blizzard
video.
here. Wow!
Wow! Finally. So he's sleepy now. Gals is still just doing his Gals thing. So here's the deal.
Hashtag just Gal's things.
Here's the thing. Here's the reinforcements.
Yeah, so I mentioned this on the original recording where, like, the audio is lost to time, but for some reason I just, like, have this self-gaslighting where I think all of the reinforcements are berserkers, when in reality it's just, like, one of them.
Yeah, it's a
I
berserker
think
in the
it's
top right.
a combination of, like, I had a berserker kill one of my units, like, by surprise, and that, like, reinforced berserker core memory.
And so it's stuck
And
with
it's a
ya.
combination of that and the fact that this map does have a silly oops, these are all berserkers moment, in that, like, everyone around the throne room are berserkers.
7 berserkers, take it or leave it.
So, like, I can see why it's solidified in my mind that they're all berserkers.
I don't know what's sillier, the sniper showing up or Safi lives a hit from him.
Well,
Oh no, I wonder if Galzus will be fine versus these heroes.
it's okay. Galzus is gotcha proof.
He is infinite. Oh, we also
He's the
thought...
gotcha slayer.
We also thought that... Oh, I just got it.
You just got it?
I just got it. I thought you meant like the ambush spawn reinforcements were like a gotcha. Haha, the map's actually difficult.
No, it was like literally the gotcha game Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah, that took me a second.
Honestly, that would be a good, like, if like if there was like a comedy ROM hack, right? I think a good like skill or
Ooh.
something for it would be like, or maybe not skill, maybe just like a weapon of some sort that's like the anti-gotcha or something.
Oh, you can rename the Sword Slayer from FE3 to the Gotcha Slayer because it's effective against heroes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like kind of like the Sword Slayer, but only effective against heroes, no other class.
So I really don't want Sarah fighting Berserkers because she has less bulk than their weapon. So
she's just gonna go hang out in the.
Zwoosh,
She's just gonna go hang out in the sleepy club. Wait. I went to the restroom, but the real restroom is that room right there that
They're
she's
also
going
sleepy
into.
here. I really
Because
wanted
everyone's resting.
I really wanted a movement star here,
Mm-hmm.
but this takes a little
Can't
bit to rig.
Always get what we want.
I think I might have
We
given up
try
on this rig. I know there's
sometimes.
1 or 2 rigs where I tried it once or twice, and then realized, like, wait, this isn't actually that important. I don't need to rig this.
Yeah, it's just like
Because it's a 25%
happening.
movement star. Like, it's 1 in 4, but
mhm.
you might just never roll that one. Especially because I have to watch the level up menu every single time. There we go, yeah.
Yeah, that does definitely like add to the frustration.
And now
For
this
sure.
is where I realize I don't have a door key on said.
Well, who needs a door key when you have a rewarp staff?
Exactly. I also don't have like a healing item on as well. I do have a healing item, but I don't want him to like fight these guys while carrying someone. So don't worry. We'll just we'll just be fine. I also remember Set is missing like 13 or something for Seta uses, but they were all done while he was just a red unit.
You mean
Or
a green unit, right?
unit. So I think we have used. I think
Wait. Red. If Zed was ever a red unit, he would be the Cain and Abel archetype of a single unit. He's
He
the
would-
red-green mage.
he would be the
red-
Christmas Sage.
The Christmas Sage.
Zoom. So I think I tried something here. I don't know what the plan here was or what I was hoping to accomplish, but I do something better. I think I wanted to make sure I turned her staff animations off because I don't want this to be too long because I didn't know how much longer it was going to be. Wing.
Jacob says this. I don't want this to be too long. Meanwhile, all the viewers check the video length and realize it's 90 fucking minutes.
It might be. I actually think it is right about 90 minutes.
It's a little bit silly coded.
So I think my plan here was something like I'm gonna have said enemy phase Tigress, and then I kind of forgot that Tigress has a Master Axe. So I opened the door and forgot that Tigress would just throw a Master Axe at Safi, and I did it again.
In fairness, Safi will just dodge tank because the Master Axe has such shit stats.
Exactly. I just realized it's because I'm trying to rig a movement star here. That's what it is.
Oh!
I'm trying to rig a move star to open
Is this
the
another one of
door.
those like you realized eventually it just wasn't worth it?
Yeah, I think this was one of them. I was like, because again, I wasn't even sure I was like properly RN burning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I couldn't decide how I wanted to tackle this because another sniper's going to show up, and Safi doesn't live 2 snipers. So I was like, okay, like, now what do? I've kind of backed myself into a corner here. But instead, I just decided to do this. And I finally got that movement
And
star I
then
was
we
trying
get
to
the
rig.
movement star. And then, that's like when that's like, have you ever had the experience of like you're looking for something that you lost and you finally like decide fuck it, like it's only $20 or whatever, right? I'll just buy
I'll just get another one.
And then
Find it.
that's when you
Yes. Or I'll be looking for
actually
something
get
around
it.
my apartment. Like I'll be looking for a shirt. And I'll go, okay, I can't find it. Fine, I'll wear this one. So I put the other shirt on and then walk in the other room and it's like laying on the couch from where I set it out the previous night. I'm like, well, there it is.
Too late now.
So, yeah. So, I gave Asbel a scroll at the start of this map. A certain skill manual at the start of the map.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Forgetting which reinforcement group he was gonna have to fight for the rest of the map.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You didn't make a mistake. You just wanted to show off a cool, unique Thracia mechanic. Because a lot of people probably don't know about this cool, unique Thracia mechanic. I see the vision.
Can you tell me which unique Thracian mechanic it is?
So, you wanted to show off the interaction between Vantage and Wrath. We've already talked about how if Vantage and Wrath are on the same unit, then they don't work together. But a fun fact about Vantage and Wrath is they do actually work together if they're on different units from each other.
Yup, easy.
Because the Berserkers have Wrath as a class skill, which means that the way that Wrath works is it's sometimes like simplified. People will say that it's like on enemy phase you always crit, but it's not on enemy phase you always crit. It's if the enemy goes first, you always crit.
Yes.
Which means if you have Vantage and the opponent attacks you, you go first. Therefore, you crit. Therefore, or not therefore you crit. Therefore, you go first. Therefore, they crit.
Yes. It is something... This is exactly how I lost Dermot in my first playthrough, was equipping the Bayo sword and standing on that tile. So,
just
Porcus
ever
is
so
dead.
ever so slightly funny.
No, blank level up.
I mean, haven't most of her level ups so far been blank? In that she keeps getting like stats that are already capped.
It's essentially blank. And hey, if Safi stands right here, she can only get attacked by one sniper now. So she can go step on the tile. More enemies.
Hero and hero action.
Uh-oh, look out, Galzus. The overkill.
I think he just procced Luna because he was mad that the opponent managed to land a fucking 41.
So he's like, you know what? Screw
He was
this.
like, you know what? Fuck you in particular. We're not dealing with this nonsense.
So now, all we have to do is just... because you have to start a player phase with all 6 tiles covered, is exactly how it works.
So you don't end turn on them, you start turn on them, right?
Yes.
So in the Thracia remake, when they add engaged smash weapon, there's going to be an LTC that baits the opponent into smashing someone onto the tile. I'm so sad that all of the cool, like, unique engage mechanics don't actually come up in LTC. Yeah. I was waiting for the playthrough that was going to use, like, advance and clear the way and, the Hero's Axe, where you gain +1 move at 40% HP or whatever.
I was so sure that Clear the Way was going to have some huge, important impact on turn saves, and then it just didn't.
I thought, if anywhere, it was going to be... You know the beach map where you get Rosado and Goldmary? That seemed like... the map for it, right?
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
But... So here we go. We're just gonna sleep one of these archer guys. That way Safi only has to take one of them, and she's at full HP now.
Good night. Good night.
I think I'm sitting here trying to decide for way too long which one I want to put to sleep.
It's very important gaming.
So yeah, now we just have to start the next player phase, and we are ready to beat up Veld. I like all the dark mages that just have to walk past Sarah because their door's still locked. Uh-oh.
They're trying their best, okay?
More hero.
God, Galzus just does not respect these heros.
I don't respect heroes either.
I joked earlier about it being a fucking gacha game, but honestly, with the level of hate he's giving them, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out it actually was. the gotcha game.
So, me giving Asbel Vantage was not the best idea because I just had to load a state because Wrath.
What are you talking about? No. There were no consequences whatsoever, completely unpunished, right?
I finally give the Vantage scroll to someone, and it's at one of the worst possible times I could have given it to someone. It seemed like a
Weren't
good
we,
idea
like,
at the
debating
time.
between a bunch of different people to give it to? Like, I kept pushing the Hicks propaganda.
Yeah, we had already given him Wrath, so we were thinking about doing like, oh look, he has Wrath Vantage, and then I kind of just kept forgetting that we had it. Because I don't really know who else we were potentially going to give it to other than one of the sages. Because the idea was, oh, you Vantage and then you Adept, like this.
I mean, we did give it to one of the sages, as it turns out.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Although, now Asbel has to deal with Dark Mages coming up. But hey, on the bright side, it doesn't matter if my units are alive from this point onwards.
How dare you? How dare you insult the integrity of... These are Hicks's friends. These are Hicks's friends that you're just, like, so casually throwing away.
I was gonna say, like, well, so-and-so's dead, but I'm trying to remember who else... Oh yeah, Brighton's dead. And, like...
Ada's dead.
Wait, who else?
Ada's dead.
Oh yeah.
Wait, no, did she live? No, she died, right?
I don't remember if Eda died.
Fuck, I don't remember.
I know we left her behind as a...
Either way, she's not here anymore.
No, either way, she did not get out of the prison camp. Either she died there, or... So here's the conundrum. I want to get Sed into, like, this room down here, but he's all out of rewarp.
You could just warp him, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a warp staff available?
He is...
I say that as if, like, I keep forgetting I can't give you advice. You already did it all.
I'll just go back in time and adjust the plan. So, I think I just decided to berserk this guy because I thought it'd be really funny. But, I also don't have a door key on Sed. But then I realized, wait a sec, I have a genius idea. What if we just...
What's your genius idea?
So I rescue her first.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so we're chaining? We're chaining this shit? Movement star, movement star, movement star? No.
And then I just kind of, like, wait here with you for a sec.
So wait, are we rewarping, or are we gonna... No, he doesn't have a rewarp. We're rescuing him and then warping him.
Exactly. And then Leaf's just gonna go for a little walk.
The Epico.
Gals is just gonna kind of sit here because I don't really have anything else for him to do for the rest of the map. I guess
That's
I could
okay. He can continue to hate on heroes.
I could have, like, pulled him over to Safi and then warped him, but... It was kind of fun just watching him beat up all these guys, and now these berserkers are trying to beat up this one guy. Oh no, he's berserked. Get him!
Everybody, quick, kill him! Tyrion is sus.
And then there's this guy with Ensorcel.
For a second, I thought he was also about to attack his friend. I was like, this susness continues?
Just completely unprovoked, not even berserked. He just felt like hitting this guy.
He saw them kill the berserked guy, and he was like, oh, that's what we're doing now? Okay.
Woo, mutiny!
I love murdering my friends!
This is the part where I trade a warp staff onto Sarah because I didn't realize she has a warp staff on her.
Or I could use the warp staff.
Zoom. Meow. Go get him, Persetti! I like that she keeps getting a full level up anytime she does literally anything.
Well, what level is she even?
I don't remember. I don't think it popped up, actually.
I keep forgetting. Once again, I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, Jacob can just check. Did not
Yeah,
just
what
check,
level is she? Just
turns out.
check. Wing.
Why won't you just check? Why do you hate me?
It's that easy. Woo, said level. And Leaf just kind of keep walking. You know, look at all that move. And yeah, I didn't really care what happens to these two. Wow, these guys are so. Did you just see how pathetic that guy's stats were? They were like all 7.
I think it's because of random enemy stats, right?
Like, look at this. He's level 15. What?
I'm pretty sure that's random enemy stats in action.
Yeah. It just kind of took me by surprise. Like, why does this guy's stats so low? Whoosh. Oh.
Explain this, liberals. If this final map, why stats so low? Checkmate.
And put that over the Gunter as the Joker edit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like
It's Rev, right? The evil Gunter from Rev has like his hand on his chin, and people recolor that to the Joker.
It's supposed to be this like cool twist villain reveal of, oh my god, I can't believe it.
not our Gunter.
He would never do this. Also, here's
This
the magic
says a
of
lot
holy
about
water plus
society.
10 magic tile. Just zoop. And something we didn't realize until this run, or that we forgot about, was that the reinforcements stop when you open Belt's room.
Because normally I thought they were infinite until like turn 99, but
they just kind of stop, which is interesting. I would have thought they would have just kept coming.
and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Zed's also not doing so well right now. So I toggled the animations for a sec, right as this happens. I was trying to toggle animations versus Zed, but hey, we got to hear the evil healing music.
Fucked up an E-fill.
This was also not part of the plan. I think I like looked away for a sec, so I was like, wait a sec, like, why does Zed have nothing equipped? So I had to I had to rewind and double check myself. So, Zed getting crit while silence was not part of the plan, and I kind of wanted him alive to beat up more dark mages.
No. He'll simply come back from the dead.
We'll just use Valkyrie, because we passed it in Gen 2.
He's, I've heard some people refer to him as FE4's version, or Judd Crow's version of Jesus, so I assume he plays on casual mode, he just comes back from the dead. Actually, I guess that would be his father, Lewin. Lewin actually does that.
Yeah, I guess he does.
Wait, I'm realizing now, the joke is probably that, like, Lewin is possessed by a god. And so said his son is the son of God, that's the Jesus.
Ooh, maybe that's why. I forgot what I did differently, aside from try the same thing again, but hope Zed doesn't die. I think I eventually remembered to turn off Gals' animations, but it was also just really funny watching him that. Yep, you're giving those guys again.
And we gotta kill the imposter. I saw him then.
Whoosh. Dodgy. Here they come. There's more of them. So he gets crit again. He ensorcels again. Because the only reason he didn't try to silence Zed that turn was Zed standing on a magic tile still. So the moment he stepped off of a magical tile, they were like, well, time to shut him up.
Now you've been cancel cultured and silenced.
And then I think I decided I didn't want like one of these Fenrir guys alive. I also didn't want that guy alive because silence was annoying. Wait, are those tiles around Veld also magical tiles? I don't think so.
I'm gonna scroll over them and check.
Yeah, let me just go check real quick. So I decided instead of putting him to sleep to do the funny now they'll attack him strat.
Now they're attacking him. This is getting out of hand.
I also decided instead we're going to send Leaf over here to get warped instead of just walking.
Mm-hmm.
I think I also just wanted to use this light tome that I purchased. I want to feel like I validated my purchase. I spent a warp use on this.
Yeah, I propagandized you into doing it, didn't I?
I also didn't predict us using warp to just skip past the last couple maps, so that's why I bought so many of them. But, oops.
Whoopsie daisies.
Oh, wow. Why is the footage lagging out so much? There we go. So, now they're going to try to fight this guy again. So there is something funny, though, that I didn't think about happening until I berserked this guy.
Yeah.
Poisoning each other.
Wait, shit.
Because
Is this the
Jormungandr
first
poisons.
recorded instance of red units being poisoned?
Because Jormungandr poisons on hit. Now the problem is that it overrode the berserk status. I didn't think about that. But
Hey,
I don't
but
care.
they poisoned each other though. It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. They
and
poisoned each
therefore
other.
good.
There's also something very silly coming up, like a little side effect that I didn't know would happen because of poisoned enemies.
Yeah.
So I decided to save state again, just so I didn't have to replay that again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, why is the footage like that? There we go. I really hope that comes through clear on your side and it's not just my playback freezing up on me.
It's frozen for me. Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real bad. I thought that was a Discord moment. It does not appear to be a Discord moment.
Grr.
Maybe it's a Discord moment. Are you viewing it on Discord or on the other
No,
thing?
I'm viewing it through my thing. On the bright side, nothing important is happening. It's just me scrolling around stuff. If it gets bad again, I'll look into something.
So it could be that, because this happens sometimes, it could just be that, like, the playback is being weird, and it's lagging because of that. And, when you actually, like, put them together in the editor, it'll be
probably
much
won't do
smoother.
it. That's what I'm hoping at
I
least.
see that when I'm, like, playing back stuff when I'm, like, proof watching. I proof watch, like, big videos just to make sure there's not any, like, obvious errors in them.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop me from leaving obvious errors in them.
Oopsie daisies. Poison. Oh, this little window comes up on the screen saying, like, poisoned. And then the enemy takes their poison damage.
That's so weird. Wait, is he restoring?
Restore. Miss.
That's so... This is actually so awesome. I'm genuinely... Did this happen in the first playthrough? I don't think
It
it
did not.
right?
I didn't, because I berserked one of the dark mages, and then they just got exploded by Fenrir and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Although we didn't get to see the really funny part where, because the one red unit I berserked lasted so long, Veld decided to attack him in the first attempt, and he was like, "You and your puny army will never stand up to the Lopturian Church." Immediately kills one of his men.
I remember that. It was the Epico.
So, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what my game plan here was, other than it'll probably work. Because now I needed to think of a way to get past these last couple Dark Mages. The end is so close. The end is right there. Like, it's so close to being in reach. I just have to get there.
And remind me, once we kill Veld, does everyone else go non-aggressive?
I don't remember. Here, we're gonna try something real quick. 49, 28.
Oh, are you closing out and reopening?
We're gonna do this in real time. 49,
Oh, we're still live.
28. Yeah, we'll just leave it live. It's funnier this way.
Hi, gamers.
49, 28. Let's do like that. Let's go all
How's
the way
everyone
back to
going?
49, 28. Wow, I really hope this isn't something that like happens in the full releases. Okay, let's back it up a little bit.
I'm sure it won't. I'm sure it won't.
I'm sure it
I'm sure
won't.
it's just like again, it's just like on a playback thing, right?
Okay, here we go. Oh, I had a different media player I was trying to use because I was trying to do something with the editing to make it work, but I did something else. This time I'm
Mhm.
actually using like the default media player for everything. So
That
let's
and
see if this
you're
works better.
streaming it as well, which is probably taxing on the computer.
Here we go. It's not like jumping around anymore now. So yeah, it was just a playback issue. Okay. Whew. Don't scare me like that. Although this is like the third or fourth time Sarah's gotten up to 20 HP, but I keep having to load states. So here's the awesome plan of... I'm not sure what I was thinking here, aside from it's bound to work. I think the idea was Kingmaker will give said extra hit and stuff versus these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Or a more or less extra avoid. Whoosh. No, I have to spend an extra for SETI use.
But Jacob, don't you know? Avoid minimums out. Avoid minimums out at 1. Therefore, dodge tanking is literally impossible.
Honestly, they might have already had one hit on him.
In this essay, I will explain why Yunaka is actually trash.
So here I have to decide, like, what do I actually want to whack Veld with? Between, like, the Bragi sword or the King sword? Because neither of the hit rates look that great. But I was like, let's see what happens.
I'm gonna see what happens. That's a Keaton quote, I believe, or Caden, one of the two. I think it's Caden.
Besides,
Caden's the fox. It's Caden.
now we have the sword that grants miracle equipped. Whom. I got all these fortifies, I might as well use them. Poisoned. Poisoned. I wonder why there's a little menu that pops up. Like, there's no way you'd be able to usually poison enemies. So why is that?
Kaga thought of everything.
I guess it says that whenever enemies use items, like whenever an enemy uses a vulnerary, it says like vulnerary used. So I don't know.
It sort of explains it. Maybe it's like some leftover from that code.
Possibly. Also, nice hammer. I'll always love these guys having hammers. Just in case all the dark mages don't kill Dawson and Xavier. Hammers.
The hammers will take care of the job.
Also, whoopsie-daisies. He's at 1 HP now. But it's okay. Bragi sword grants miracle. See? Nothing to be worried about.
Epico. Epico moment.
Ooh. Look how cool he is. I do remember... I cannot remember whether enemies... I don't think enemies are aggressive after you kill Veld. I feel like we believed that and then it was wrong.
It turned out it was wrong. Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Double physic! One last double staff to get us through the end game. I think I ultimately decided, like, the Kingmaker doesn't do damage, but I can at least fish for
crits.
I like fish for crits with Brave. Whoosh!
And that was correct. That was the correct play.
I figured I'd rather like use the more accurate weapon and keep rolling for those 30% than just hope Loggy Sword works. Because thrones give 10 defense for some reason.
This is this says a lot about society.
I think I was also just tired of these dark mages being here, so I was like, you know what? Zwoosh! No, only 3 XP. I gotta save my fortify. I might need it later.
We need it for the secret post credits map.
I need to save it for chapter 9 of FE4. Look out, leave. I love how giant the Kingmaker is. It's look how big it is. It's almost as big as Leaf.
It's the original Smash weapon. That's why I know that in the Thracia remake they're going to add Smash weapons. Damn.
I want more weapons like the Kingmaker, like swords that grant skills while they're equipped. Can I get more of those, please? I like those.
I do think it's like the coolest way to address the sort of shortcomings of swords. I don't think swords are like as bad as they are often made out to be. But I do think they are definitely like a weapon type that has a lot of shortcomings, right?
Ooh, Leaf, go get him. Kingmaker. Watch this. Watch this. Yippee!
This is my own fault.
The dismounted Lord animations in Super Nintendo are some of my favorites. They're so swift and whoosh. So many spins and flicks.
And in Thracia in particular, Leaf gets like a ton of I think Leaf gets the most animation variants of every unit in the game.
Yay, happy music! Yeah, so the other enemies didn't move, but I think they had already had their turn. I think I was contemplating like beating up more enemies for the funsies, but I was like, nah, let's get out of here.
It's not necessary.
We did it, we won.
I mean, honestly, despite the fact that like the final map is much more of a demonstration than it is like a traditional challenge run, I think you should be proud of yourself. This was a very impressive playthrough.
Well, thank you.
Both at the like stage of the game where you were just playing through normally, and at the stage where you're just like, okay, we're pushing the boundaries of things and experimenting.
Because the rest of the game was kind of just FE5, but with, 5 or 6 fewer units, which I didn't mind. I thought it was kind of neat. Oh, no, you get to laugh at our turn count. But Final was definitely something. It was interesting having to be ready for it. And, we think about, oh, we need to steal a blizzard. We need to make sure this unit's trained up. And all that stuff. Giving Paragon to Safi so we can have warp before a certain chapter number because she would be too fatigued otherwise. I was really hoping to give Paragon to Fred, but I think giving it to Safi.
We can give him this Paragon sword though. That's the.
We did give him the Paragon sword a little bit, but I think giving it to Safi was definitely the correct option. Oh look, there's chapter 11X where Olwen freaking died. 38 turns in the Parn Gaiden, waiting for the dancers to show up. No, we didn't go to 14X. Think of all those S strings we missed out on. I know I played the A route with fewer units than you usually do, but I can't imagine, especially 17, being any more fun with more units.
17 is 17 is so bad.
Hey,
17
look.
I don't like any of the route split maps. All 4 of them are just poopy. They're all poopy.
Yo, 2 turns versus Raedric. Alright, what rank did I get? What rank do you think we got?
Triple S.
Woo! Military record, 524 turns, 36 units made it to the end. E.
E for epic.
I know the turn count is a little more lenient or whatever if you have all the recruits. I think something like that. Like you get an extra
Damn,
rank for
I guess
having
not
everyone
getting
recruited.
Xavier really did cost us.
Yeah.
Well, so you lose rank based on deaths as well, and we kind of let a lot of people die.
Yeah, a couple of people didn't make it. But this was definitely a run. I don't remember. Did I just let it play all the credits, or did I like skip forward some?
Are we waiting for the unit?
Yeah,
rankings or whatever they're
we gotta
called?
get to our epilogues. I think I'm just gonna jump ahead to the epilogues real quick. So I'll be right back in just a sec. Alrighty, now we get to see how many dubs we got on our units.
90 dubs. Wow, Leaf didn't die a single time.
Yeah, that's it's because he had so much move. He kept getting out of the way of all the danger.
He kept zooming.
I think we got 3 move levels on Leaf.
We almost capped his move. I know we didn't cap his move, but we came close. So yeah, 3's probably right.
Because we got one.
I know, didn't we lose one to a reset, but then we got it back later?
I know we got one in like Manster, one in the Olwen chapter, because that's some of why we left Olwen dead, because we got a move level up on Leaf.
Yeah, so get fucked, Green Olwen.
And then we got one in Lannister Castle, the map where Xavier is. So we got we got 3 move levels on Leaf. I try to remember what other move levels we got. I think we got like one on Asbel, one on Sarah. Not many others that I can think of. Which is kind of sad in my mind, because I like getting the move level ups on funnier units. Like, Leaf is a really good unit to get move level ups on.
I mean, Hicks is just too strong. He doesn't need to max out his move. He's already got the Polex gaming down pat.
I am very excited to see how many kills and how much EXP we got on Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, Finn! Finn was still pretty awesome in this run. Just really good Lance unit.
It turns out that under almost every condition you can come up with, Finn's really good.
Yeah, PRF, 60 use, really accurate Brave Lance is just kind of good.
Just a little bit goated.
He just always remains one of your most useful capture units. You just poke stuff with a Brave Lance. The Leaf support also helps out with that capturing a lot.
Yeah.
Yippee, Nana! She did almost no combat in this whole run. As far as I remember, I don't think she did that. She didn't do that much combat. We
mostly Paragon Sword staffed her, right?
And I am so happy I've introduced new people to that, which means the Paragon Sword will never get used again. And especially whenever they're giving the Paragon Sword to Lara as well now.
Well, and what's extra funny about it as well is that, like, those are uses of the Paragon Sword that don't break its durability. So it's not even like Hope, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's not even like Hope.
The only difference is every turn that Lara is dancing with a Paragon Sword or Nana's healing with it, that's a turn that someone is not swinging it to get EXP off of it. Shoutouts to Marita killing one enemy and dying once in a reset. I think she died in a reset because I was testing something with the Gaiden to see how something worked, and she ended up dying. I would have liked. I mean, I like using
Yeah,
Marita
it was
for the
during
most part.
our wasn't that during our like demonstrate or our like testing where Lithus ended up surviving for 8 million years or something?
Yeah, and he couldn't hit
And
anything.
then everyone got captured, and there was some very silly
Yo,
moments.
It's Halvan, my man, the GOAT. He did everything Ocean would have done, but he didn't have a really accurate killer hand axe.
I mean, but he had Vantage.
He did have Vantage. We did get some good use out of Vantage Hammer at some points. That was kind of silly. And I don't remember what we did with Ocean outside of... I know he helped in Dagdar's mansion. Otherwise...
We kind of neglected him because you wanted to like go all in on Halvan and show that Halvan is not that much worse than Ocean, and I would agree with that. I know that like I know a lot of people are really high on Ocean, and I get it. I do think he's like a little bit overgassed, but I also think he's one of the... It's weird to talk about Ocean because like he's really good, but there's people who like really overhype him, and then there's also like the overcorrection to that, right? Of like, well, actually he's trash.
Let's be real here. It's mostly his PRF that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. If he was
His
stuck,
PRF does a lot of lifting, yeah.
Also, Riptanya.
Well, his PRF does a lot of lifting, and then he's able to like from that, he's able to like once he promotes, he gets swords, which helps a lot.
And then he can start using something more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yippee, Dagdar! I don't remember, because I know we used Dagdar quite a bit earlier, but then I think sometime around like chapter 12-ish, we kind of didn't have slots for him anymore. Marty, I like that he got 10 EXP somehow. I don't even think I really deployed him. Where did he get this 10 EXP from?
Yeah, I wonder. I was just thinking about that. Like, what?
I think he just... Maybe he chucked a hand axe at something in chapter 2 or something. Marty's kind of silly, but eh.
He gets to benefit from the whole I have con, therefore I take drop moment.
Exactly.
But like, so does Halvan.
No, Ronan. You're gonna see a lot of Chapter 21X, the prison camp, missing in action, killed in action. You know who we won't see
in
there?
Action.
We won't see Callie in there, baby. Shoutouts to Sappy having 2 dubs and 4 losses.
I mean, what was that? Just the snipers that she killed, right?
Well, because those were safe state loads. Those wouldn't count. Oh yeah, the 2 dubs for the snipers.
No, the
that
ones
she killed.
not the ones that she, not the
Yeah.
the deaths, but the kills.
Oh, I think I had found out that captures are considered losses. Like if you get captured, it's considered a loss.
Oh.
Because I know someone coming up has a lot of losses, and I know for certain this character didn't die that many times.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Like, there's no way Lithus died 5 times. I do not remember a single time in this run where Lithus died.
I remember one.
I do remember once, maybe, but otherwise, like, I used him to get captured a couple of times, but there's a different unit that has a couple of losses. I also find the fact it keeps up with exactly how much EXP you got to be kind of interesting. Yo, Fergus!
I fucking love Fergus. He's so cool.
He's kind of awesome. I also like this ending where it's like, who was he? Maybe someone important.
Wait, what do you mean this ending? Is there another Fergus ending?
Oh no, I just mean like Fergus's ending in general, where it's just like,
ooh, gotcha.
What happened? Who was this guy?
Who was this mysterious Fergus?
Karen. Hey, we somehow got 23 kills on Karen. I think I pointed this out already, but someone left a comment saying, I think it was on the video we gave Karen the leg ring, and it said something like, you gave Karen the leg ring, she's gonna recruit, she's gonna talk to, what is her name? What is the other Pegasus Knight's name? I cannot remember her. Misha. They said, you're gonna deploy her to talk to Misha, and then she's never gonna get deployed again.
And that is exactly what happened.
And that's exactly what happened. She talked to Misha and then got never deployed again. But hey, she did everything I needed her to do. She was done with her run. And she was successful at it.
A very successful endeavor.
I was like, yippee, said, yippee. This unit's kind of good.
Sias is better. I prefer the low stats.
Oh my god.
I like the fact that Sias has A rank. I like the fact that Sias has A rank stabs, unlike Zed, who only has A rank.
Hey, we have Little Zed.
Zed Jr.
And Asmo was also still really useful. I feel like I didn't deploy him as much as I usually would because I wanted so many other units. I was like, I don't have room for Magical Boy who kills everything.
I mean, but we did bring him to the final map, which is a testament to just how good he still was, even without getting all the favoritism experience.
Yeah.
And he was our primary boss killer during that sweep stretch of the game too.
Very
even
good
though there
units to just
were
bomb
the Master Lance moments.
Nothing a couple save states can't fix.
Oh, can we get this trash off the screen?
Well, don't worry, he
Can we
died
get
in chapter
this trash
19.
off the screen?
They didn't even take Brighton as prisoner, they just killed him on the spot.
They knew he's not worth it.
They just said, nope, get this guy out of here.
Get this guy out of here!
I wanted to make this unit work so bad. And she got like 1 or 2 stats per level on all of her level ups.
It's a shame because there almost certainly will be some number of people who use this run as evidence that actually Misha awful, as opposed to what I think is closer to the truth in that Misha's fine.
Yeah, she can work. You just deploy her. You just gotta give her. She will eventually work. You promote her, she works.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the unit I was talking
Just
about earlier.
Works. Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's
no
no
way she
way.
died 16 times.
Yeah, Lara did not die 16 times. A bunch of those were captures. There's no doubt that it's counting captures as losses.
I would agree with that assessment.
But hey, she did everything we needed her to. She danced and she picked locks and Manster. I don't think I deployed her much in the middle arc of the game. And then once I got to the last arc, I was like, okay, I need to thief stuff multiple times a turn. I need to restore multiple times a turn. No, Dalson.
Dalson died so that Hicks could take his battle axe and live.
I think I gave the battle axe to Halvin because I was like, watch this. Plus 10 crit from battle axe. 26. It's him! The father and axeman.
The man. Why does it say 1L? Wait, when did Hicks die?
I do not remember.
This is Hicks slander. He would never die.
What all did we give this man? We gave him a cost.
We gave him a cost. Did we give him
we gave him soul
of some sort? We gave him soul, right?
We gave him soul. I feel like there was one more skill scroll, but I cannot remember what else we gave him.
Comment engagement. Comment if you remember what we gave him.
I also remember he had some of the most middling stats ever. Everything was somewhere between 12 and 14.
Don't fucking say that. Don't fucking say that. Don't you dare fucking say that.
Hey, look, it's Glade. I think I deployed him one time in a map where I had an extra slot for like a warp skip, and I wanted him as like a leadership star.
It turns out that middling stats plus leadership star is not as good when deployment slots are so limited.
Yeah. Oh, I think it
Predictably
was.
so. Like, predictably so.
Yeah.
That is the most predictable.
I think it was the Raedric map. I wanted to give Galsus as much hit versus Raedric as possible, so I deployed like the bare minimum units I needed, and then a bunch of dudes with leadership stars, and said, "Okay, make Galsus hit, please." Oh no, the Brave Bow. Can you believe that we somehow made it to the end of this run without using the Brave Bow? I should have been putting that in the description in the titles as well.
What? How many chapters had it been before Brave Bow?
That we managed to somehow beat Thracia without the Brave Bow. It's almost like it's not as important as I usually thought it was.
I mean, I will say this, like, it does have much better stats than I gave it credit for in my, like, tier list. Well, I initially gave it credit for, I did eventually realize, right?
Yeah.
But, like, it
Then-
is definitely, like, much better than I thought it was. Like, it's a good ass weapon, but it is still a bow.
It's
and,
still a
like,
bow in FE5,
bows-
and someone has to use it.
Yeah, it's a bow, and like bow units as a whole are kind of bad, and then, not only that, but like you can't capture, you can't enemy phase. Both of those are problems that are like somewhat overstated, I think, but they are still problems, you know?
The problem is we didn't train Robert. Robert could have used the Brave Bow pretty well, I'm sure, if we trained him right. Right?
I know you're joking, but the number of times I've seen Robert or Berselfina unironically.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
This guy
actually,
starts
yes.
with like nothing stats and E bows.
No, but if you train him.
Uh-huh. But Danny, if we're training Callian, then we're training Robert.
It's so sad and so bad.
See, look, there's Callian right there.
I mean, so like, here's the thing: is like, Callion is a unit who I think, because he's a training project, kind of gets overlooked. I think Callion's like fine.
Yeah, I think so too. We
I
spent
think
a
he's one of the better projects. Like, he's not Merida, but he's one of the better projects.
We spent a rescue staff on this guy. We left him behind in chapter 19, and we spent a rescue staff to get him out of 21X.
And it was worth it.
Worth. There he is. That's my guy. It's him. It's Fred, the bolt sword guy. I love this unit.
I love Alfred.
He's so cool.
Or I guess technically we should call him Fred because of the engage unit now.
His name is Fred because he would never have an L in his name.
That's how you remember it. Yeah, that's how you remember it.
I do really like the name Alfred, but I don't know. It said Fred up here, so I said Fred.
I guess it's just because I'm like old translation pilled or whatever.
That's fair. It's Barn. This is supposed to be a good guy, right?
Yeah, remind me again, like, what his character traits are?
5 pursuit critical, 5 movement stars, sea swords, and soul.
Oh, thank goodness. I was worried that he might, like, do slavery.
So he only has good traits, because he's a really good unit.
Yes. All the good units are good people.
Salem, the staffer in disguise.
I caused some controversy with Salem recently because I did a, like, Lords and Retainers categorization.
Uh-huh.
And I marked him as Retainer.
Ooh.
I mean, he kind of is, like, he kind of joins as Parn's Retainer.
Yeah,
he
he's kinda
joins to
Parn's
try to
right-hand man.
convince you. He joins to, like, convince you of, like, hey, you should join Parn.
Trust me, Parn's not a bad guy. You should leave him alive.
He would never do bad evil.
Tina, the one of the reasons why this run was able to actually
The
finish out.
mischievous little sister.
Thank you for stealing warps and stealing berserks.
Do you think Tina's like the most fun unit in the franchise? I think she might be.
One of them, definitely. Especially if you're willing to hammer in the thief stuff, which I think you should. You get 5 hammering uses, and if you're not trying to warp skip the whole game, you'll have plenty of warp uses. So I think it's worth spending at least 1, maybe even 2 hammering uses on thief staff, because it's just so silly.
There's just so much you can do with it as well.
There's so many cool things you can steal.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I
And
could have
depth
used
is
Linoan,
based?
but... Although you gotta, if you're going to use Tina, please give her a skill ring. Please save a skill ring for Tina. Or maybe you just like the Tina lottery. Maybe you like rolling the 64.
I think the Tina lottery is part of the fun. Like when I say she's got to be one of the most fun units,
It's
that's
part of the
a big part of it.
experience.
It's the Tina Experiencio.
Dean, this guy. He was very useful in Chapter 17. I remember that much. And
Yeah, I don't think we got as much use out of him as I usually do.
Yeah, I kind of foresaw myself like deploying him in every map or whatever that he'd be around for, but I think by the time we got to maps where he'd be really useful, I wanted to deploy a bunch of staffers. Edda had a very unique utility in this run where she died while holding the Dire Thunder, so we didn't have to look at it in the convoy anymore.
No more reminder of our shame.
I have no
I
shame
do still
whatsoever.
think that Dire Thunder was so fucking funny. The realization, oh wait, we're gonna be stuck with this
I can't get
thing.
rid of this. Hey, it's Homer.
Simpsons fans rejoice.
I was
Season
really
11 is here.
I was excited to bring him to final, and then I realized, wait, I need another person who can click sleep, click fortify, and click rescue.
We should have trained his staff rank.
Warp Homer would have carried, trust. I'm sure someone's done it or will do it. 0 wins, 0 losses, 0 EXP, 0 expectations.
That do be Ralph. That do be Ralph. I don't even think he's bad.
I don't think so either. He just
like exists.
he's just a guy. Just I think my favorite thing I did with him is I left him
hanging out.
I left him unrecruited for so long that Amalda's Master Sword broke, and the poleaxe guy kept seeing, ooh, I have like 60% hit on this horse with a poleaxe.
Just kept distracting himself. Isn't she invulnerable as well? Like
I
she
think
has the
so.
secret immortality or something?
Yeah, she has like the miracle plus can't die skill, so he keeps swinging the poleaxe and he's always gonna miss. Hey, I finally got to use Troy for the first time. He was kind of neat.
I got so confused at first, and then I remembered that's like from his thing.
The Karen recruitment. You know, you don't really look like an Ilios. I think I'm gonna call you Troy. He mismanaged his district into ruin. Oh. I never really paid attention to his ending or read it.
Well, you've never gotten him before. So, of course you didn't pay attention, right?
Like on Glory Days. He becomes that guy at the family reunion who has to keep telling the same fishing story every time there's more than 3 people in the room.
That's such a specific reference. What the heck?
Hey, it's the A-rank warper that I think we deployed 1 time, and he clicked warp 1 time. I don't remember what chapter we brought him in. I think it was the Reinhardt map? Just so he could warp someone? But yeah, this definitely was one of the most boring units I've ever used before.
I mean, 0, 0, 0.
Hey, this girl was kind of cool. I think all 5 of those kills were the Armor Knights in the top right corner of chapter 20.
Imagine if she got credit for the kills her green units gave. How high would that number be?
I don't even remember how many kills those got because we kind of ended the map. She picked up Sloof and then got warped away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I cannot wait to actually do another run. Oh, that means I have to play air out again.
Maybe you could ask a Thracia hacker to switch around the recruitments.
And I bothered to recruit
Air out,
Misha,
Bowman.
and guess how many times I deployed her?
0.
I should have just thief staffed the windsword out of her inventory.
But this is funnier though.
It is funnier. We did find out all those weird AI quirks with Chapter 17, though. I think that was the most fun part about Chapter 17, was trying to figure out how the AI works.
Doomed Yowie.
This is so sad. Soldier X, random Lopterian Dark Mage, Doomed Yowie.
They will never be in love again.
More interesting story than recruiting her. Hey, it's Dermot. Dermot had a
We also didn't deploy him.
Hey,
He did something really important though.
Yeah, he had a really important contribution in his joining map where he visited a holy water house that I probably didn't use.
The pure Watt.
I still like him though. I think he's kind of neat.
I just think he's neat.
Hey, it's Galzus.
After the liberation of Mustard, Galzus simply vanished. Cool story, bro. Oh, I thought that was his whole thing.
That's it.
I thought that was his whole thing. He simply vanished. The end. FE6 core ending.
He retired after the war, went home
Retired
and rebuilt.
after war. Went home rebuilt.
the real Raedric killer. Sarah, yippee. I have no idea how these are sorted. Oh, maybe they're sorted by, like, ordering your deployment. Because these are the most recent units that we have. Maybe that's how they're sorted. Hey, Sarah was kind of cool.
Deployment order?
Because, like, I think it, like, takes your unit listing, goes to the bottom. Well, no, Asbel was early on. But we did it! FE5's over!
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh.
As has been the trend with, like, I mean, I wasn't playing, but even still, as has been the trend with, like, playthroughs that I've either done or appeared on, I feel like I liked FE5 more when we started than at the end.
Something I've discovered is I think from, like, chapters 8 through, like, 15, I like FE5. But then once you get to, like, the late game FE5, where the enemies start pulling out really cheap tactics on you, that's where I'm kind of like, okay, this is rough. This is annoying. I don't appreciate this anymore.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
But this was a really fun run. Thank you, Danny, for joining me for this. This was
Thanks for having me.
This was something indeed. Always appreciate having a friend along. Makes things way more fun. But oh, the footage ended.
It was truly one of the experiences of all time. What is the thing that you always say? An emotional and engaging.
It was an engaging and emotional journey.
Le Epico.
Don't worry, I'll think of more worse ways to play Fire Emblem games in the future.
What about FE5, but you're not allowed to use swords? Delson solos Mancer arc.
Yippee! He'll carry. Oh, I don't have very much else to say other than thank you everyone for watching the series. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Well, until then, see ya!
Bye!